Okay, I'm going to post this because this is extremely important, and we have a Dylan issue, don't we? This is not Dylan, obviously, from Idaho, but I'm going to post this as an example. Now, I'm probably going to unlock my Dylan Wednesdays. I'm not sure if I locked it. Let me know if I did, but I'm going to go double check because you guys need to know. Alright, so transgender students. This is one of them. Now, I don't know if it's happening everywhere specifically, but this is happening in Florida, okay? So this isn't a Moscow situation just of yet, okay? Because I did do a live event showing that they were allowing transgenders into the sororities. And so if you're a male and you were turning into a female, you can go into the female sororities now. You don't have to go into the males. Same thing with the females turning into men. Okay, so here's a lovely lady. Okay, does she look transgender to you? She looks like a female, right? Okay, so if you go back to my Dylan Wednesdays, if they catch it early, you can actually change, the puberty. You can actually get puberty blockers to keep you from turning into a boy. Okay. Now, they're putting out a law to stop that because they think that's child abuse. Okay. But it is out there to help young individuals who feel certain that they're a different sex. And it was supported for quite some time, but I don't know if it still is. But this, of course, that's not the issue. But I know I gotten a lot of lash. And the lash did stop, though, when I did the Dylan Wednesdays, because I did blow everybody's mind. I'm like, look at the little girls. And we did a game, okay? That was, I think it was year 2023 and 24, so I had to kind of repeat it. And we did a game, and you guys failed. So the ones that looked like girls, and you guys said they were girls, and there's no way that they were boys, you guys assumed they were girls, okay? And then the ones that were boys, that were really girls, yeah. I mean, the game was just awesome. Okay, it was really hard for y'all, but, that's how it went down. But here you go. Here's a nice little story here. Okay. This is her name, Mercy, and I don't know how to spell the rest. Okay, so let's hear her story. Okay. Let's get to the story. Let's hope I can do it. Read mode. Oh, I hate when this happens. Just read. So I have to do this, even though I've already picked out English. Son of a bunches. Alright. I already picked out the English. But it just keeps making me do it. Okay. It's early in the morning. It's like 5:39 right now for me. Gotta go get coffee.
Transgender students' arrest for violating bathroom law is thought to be first in country. AP, a transgender college student declared, "I am here to break the law," before entering a women's restroom at the Florida State Capitol and being led out in handcuffs by police. Civil rights attorneys say the arrest of Marcy Rankin last month is the first they know of for violating transgender bathroom restrictions passed by numerous state legislatures across the country. Capitol Police had been alerted and were waiting for Rankin, 20, when she entered the building in Tallahassee March 19. They told her she would receive a trespass warning once she entered the women's restroom to wash her hands and pray the rosary, but she was later placed under arrest when she refused to leave, according to an arrest affidavit. Rankin faces a misdemeanor trespassing charge punishable by up to 60 days in jail and is due to appear in court in May. "I wanted people to see the absurdity of this law in practice," Rankin told the Associated Press. "If I'm a criminal, it's going to be so hard for me to live a normal life, all because I washed my hands. Like, that's so insane." At least 14 states have adopted laws barring transgender women from entering women's bathrooms at public schools and, in some cases, other government buildings. Only 2, Florida and Utah, criminalize the act. A judge on Wednesday temporarily blocked Montana's new bathroom law. Rankin's arrest in Florida is the first that American Civil Liberties Union attorneys are aware of in any state with a criminal ban, senior staff attorney John Davidson said. Rankin was in town visiting her grandparents when she decided to pen a letter to each of Florida's 160 state lawmakers informing them of her plan to enter a public restroom inconsistent with her sex assigned at birth. The Illinois resident said her act of civil disobedience was fueled by anger at seeing a place she loves and visits regularly grow hostile toward trans people. I know that you know in your heart that this law is wrong and unjust, she wrote in her letter to lawmakers. I know that you know in your heart that transgender people are human too, and that you can't arrest us away. I know that you know that I have dignity. That's why I know that you won't arrest me. Her arrest comes as many Republican-led states that have enacted restroom restrictions grapple with how to enforce them. Laws in Alabama, Kansas, Kentucky and North Dakota do not spell out any enforcement mechanism, and even the state laws that do largely rely on private individuals to report violations. In Utah, activists flooded a tip line created to alert state officials to possible violations of its bathroom law with thousands of hoax reports in an effort to shield transgender residents and their allies from any legitimate complaints that could lead to an investigation. The Republican sponsors of the Florida bathroom law, Representative Rachel Placken and Senator Aaron Grohl, did not immediately respond Thursday to phone messages, emails and visits to their offices to seek comment on Rankin's arrest. They have said the restrictions are needed to protect women and girls in single-sex spaces. Opponents of the law such as Nadine Smith, executive director of the LGBTQ+ advocacy group Equality Florida, said it creates dangerous situations for all by giving people license to police others' bodies in bathrooms. The arrest of Marcy Rankin is not about safety, Smith said. It's about cruelty, humiliation and the deliberate erosion of human dignity. Transgender people have been using restrooms aligned with their gender for generations without incident. What's changed is not their presence, it's a wave of laws designed to intimidate them out of public life. Quote, if Rankin is convicted, she worries she could be jailed with men, forced to cut her long hair and prevented temporarily from taking gender-affirming hormones. People are telling me it's a legal test, like this is the first case that's being brought, she said. It's how they test the law. But I didn't do this to test the law. I did it because I was upset. I can't have any expectations for what's going to happen because this has never been prosecuted before. I'm horrified and scared.
Okay. The Republicans were moving on in, guys. I mean, even Moscow's Republican, okay? I don't even think they wanted to allow the transgenders to do what they were doing, but they were. Now you guys are interested in the motive. Well, we have 2 different motives for you for now. Okay, you can choose since everybody's going to attack Dylan now. So you can go with the, hey, maybe they were calling her out, okay, and they embarrassed her and, you know, there was a revenge kill. Or B, you can stick to this one. Get rid of the golden child and get daddy's respect back. His love and respect. Yeah. Now, everybody has felt that this was 2 separate situations, like a crime of opportunity. You just may be correct. But something happened to Dylan, guys. Something that wasn't good. And should they find her to be at all guilty or part of this, which maybe not, guys, so please don't attack. We don't know yet. Okay? Even though I gave you some crazy motives right here, it's all good motives, right? But we don't really know. And if you watch Pavarotti, his video, he even discusses the fact that the girls were not home. However, Dylan has been here, there, there's real no placement where Dylan was yet. And we don't even know if she was home between 1:05 and 2 o'clock in the morning, okay? We have a suggestion that she was there about 2:15, but we don't know if she was really in the house around that time. We know that we heard some shit outside. So if she didn't hear nothing, guys, during those hours, like 1 and 2, like in between that hour, the incident happened outside. Okay? None of this happened in the house. Only the staging of the scene happened inside that house. Okay. But again, I just wanted to make sure I make this known. This girl doesn't look like a trans. She looks like a real girl. And I bet you she has a bunch of little girl pictures too, to prove I'm a girl. Okay? So I don't want to hear nothing from none of y'all. And I've already proved you all fucked up. Okay? I proved you all wrong. And I did it like 3 times, actually. So this is actually the 4th time. But unless that gets out, unless it's important, y'all, it really isn't. However, the Republicans are going way too far. These individuals fought for a very long time for their own identities. If you're Republican, I know not all Republicans feel this way. I know that you don't. Okay, because I've never been a Republican until I became a Trump fan, right? But I never knew Trump was gonna start signing these weird ass papers, and I only acknowledge one sex, 2 sexes, right? Man and female, not either or. Like, I didn't expect any of that, but holy shit, it needs to stop. Far as I'm concerned, humans are humans, and human rights, and if they want to be a man, let them be a man. Okay, I thought we were in America, freedom of speech, expression, religion. Where's America? America's gone. Far as I'm concerned, completely, I think both parties need to be abolished. Look, there's a video. So you guys can go and check it out. Okay, read it up top there. But there should be no Republican and Democrat. That needs to go. I'm sorry. It's not working out. They're both in cahoots of destroying the fucking country. So no matter what it is that they try, they're just fucking up. What we need is the individual, in the middle kind of thing. So we need different parties up. These 2 parties have been dominating for years, and they're not doing a good job. We need a little bit of this and a little bit of that. We need it's like a real balance. There are individuals who like to make money. So taking away capitalism, they're not going to understand that. So there needs to be a medium when it comes to socialism and capitalism, because there are also individuals who are used to the capitalism and wouldn't understand, backwards, dyslexia. There are people that are that are used to socialism and would not understand capitalism. And capitalism has caused homelessness, has caused drugs, has made it so that there's no more mom and pop shops. I know now I'm jumping off the bandwagon here, but it's true. Capitalism is evil. It's probably the most evilest thing ever created. And now we live in a world of evil, and has turned humanity evil. Okay, so if you don't want to see some strange ass shit and all this evil shit, well, hello. And I know that people, when other countries look it up, okay, they're functioning wonderfully, okay, with socialism. And I know that when I went to Belgium, there's some socialism there. I felt more like an American than I did in America. Okay, I loved Belgium. Visiting Holland and all that area, and Germany, and I never wanted to leave. I swear to God, I never wanted to leave. And I know you're gonna be on the other end. Well, then you can pack your bags and get the fuck out of here. Yeah, well, transitioning, that's not the easy part, okay? You gotta have X amount of money in your bank, and you have to have something to offer the country, blah, blah, blah. And maybe I'm just not that strong. I'm not financially strong enough to be able to do that, because America did it to Americans so that Americans can't leave. I mean, once you make that trip, and you see the difference, and you're like, you don't want to come back. You're like, oh my God. Then you got to come back, and that's when you feel like America became Alcatraz. Like, yeah, you can have a little trip out. Get your ass back over here. Get your motherfucking ass. And the trap of feeling of the illusion of being free. You're not free. And there's also too many angry people in America. I mean, mental illness is huge in America. I mean, you can't even talk to somebody without them wanting to kick your ass. I want to kick your ass. This case is, not her case, of course, but this Moscow case has gotten really scary, really weird, and I do wish I could put my text messages up. I really do. I want to show you how violent one of these women are. Yeah. I just... My correspondence, let me tell you. Well, I gotta tell you, I never had an issue with B or D. Only had an issue with S. I didn't have any issue with A. Only SN. What the most violent individual on the planet. Okay, but if you guys want to understand where that came from, just match up her lips. To that mask thing, okay? Just match it up, and then you'll have it. Like, I want to release it, because I already did that. Like, I already have the screenshots, and I did the whole, oh God, what do you call it? Gallery thing, when you put two and two together. It's early morning, forgive me. And I put it on TikTok. That really got her. But the lips match, bitch. The eyes match too. Oh, I know you're gonna be like, no, we don't, because you're stupid. She uses filters. So if you go to her TikTok, she uses filters. You gotta see when, in between the glitch. Okay, and then you'll see what she really looks like. The teeth, everything matches up. It's her in the mask. Yep. I want to put it here on my YouTube, but this is the whole reason why I'm going to possibly, everybody's fucking getting this wrong, and it's probably my fault, maybe need it as a witness. And I keep saying that if I get subpoenaed, it's because they may need me. If I didn't get subpoenaed yet, and I'm actually concerned I'm going to, so that's why I'm saying goodbye. I'm trying to get everything out as fast as I can. And if they don't need me, obviously I'm not gonna get subpoenaed. But the incident and the things that this woman was writing to me, okay, we shouldn't have been writing, okay? Yeah. They would like to bring that shit to light, and that means they're going to be attacking the Goncalves family, basically. Oh, where am I going with that? Bear with me. if I don't get subpoenaed, or if I do, they'll let me know if I'm still allowed to use my social media. You're going to hear people go, well, if you're going to be part of it, you're not going to be allowed to do this. You know what? Don't listen to these people, okay? Because they tell you what you are allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do. They'll let me know. It'll be in writing, okay? Okay. And for now, I am not subpoenaed yet. So if it happens, whatever rules that's got to be played, that's the rules. But if I'm allowed, guys, to continue posting at the same time, my ass is going to do it. All right. So here you go. Beautiful transgender. Do not attack Dylan. We do not know all the facts, okay? Even though Dylan so far is in a position of the most sneakiest situation ever, there's something about this woman, okay, she's a young woman, that you guys never got to see, that I did. So let it play out. I'm also noticing that people on social media are making these weird screenshots, photoshopping. Some of it is so bad, trying to make it look like, or put it in your mind that she's the bad guy. So just hold back on those ideas and thoughts until we get more facts of where she was before, 1 in the morning, I would say before like 2, because I believe she left that house about 2:20, but that's around the same time we hear some more ass fucking screaming. Okay, so like I'm like in the air if she was ever at the house to begin with at all, even around 1 in the morning. But I'm going with the fact that the girls texted her to tell her that they were home, not that she was there to see that they were home. So, because it's impossible. We heard what we heard. Okay, unless somebody's adding these sounds into the Linda Lane footage, guys. We heard what we heard. But here's the thing: we don't know if they're adding these sounds in there, or if they're real, or if they're fake. I mean, they got the beeping lined up, but I also noticed a lot of looping. But however, I know when I watched Jamboree, everything lines up for the cars leaving and coming through. Jamboree's pretty cool, man. So he did a great job. I wish I had the time. I swear to God, if I had the time, it would be me making those damn beautiful ass videos. But I didn't have the time. And I appreciate you guys for even subscribing to my channel, for the fact that time is just not, like, I'm not a social media, I'm not a YouTuber. Alright, so I don't have, I have to go to work, you know what I mean? I don't have the time to do all this research. All I could do is just talk like Nika. Okay. Nika Nuggets. I don't have the time. And just imagine if I freaking had the time to put all that together. I would be a bomb. But yeah, I'm a fan, okay? So I'm not putting him down. I'm a fan, okay? I'm his number one fan. Since he came out, I was like, yeah. So I just want to make sure that's clear. Sorry about that. Hold on. I should have done that before I did the live, but I was holding it, and I've been wanting to do that this whole live. Okay, blow my nose so bad, but I was like holding off. I'm gonna end this live, and then I could blow my nose, but I couldn't fucking wait because I'm sitting there drowning in my own bug. Okay, but here we go. Gender. Now, it'd be crazy to find out if this whole thing was about her gender. And this was a revenge situation against them, and it went at, and it probably got out of hand. It probably was just to rough them up for what they did to her, okay? And it just got out of hand. But please don't go, oh, Open Mind Perspective said it was Dylan, because we don't know that. We know that there is a trans issue over there, okay? Big time trans. And a lot of the individuals that called into social media to talk to us, social media platforms, well, most of them are all trans. Okay? Or mother of trans. There's a transgender in there. Okay? We should ask WSU mom, is she a mom of a trans? I mean, I don't know. Maybe she's not a mother of a trans. Maybe they have friends that are trans. But there's trans, okay? There's trans everywhere. We got Dot. I showed you some pictures of men dressed like women, especially for Halloween. Men that are involved in this situation. I showed you photographs, even though you're like, well, who's that? Well, there was a trans situation going on. So we'll get into that too. Because I know they've been wiping some shit down so that they don't look bad off the internet, where I was able to see it a long time ago, but it's a little hard to find it now. But yeah, there was a trans issue over there. And Daddy loves his little girl, regardless if it was a little boy. And will do anything for his little girl. And he has 6 daughters, right? So I wonder how he felt about losing a boy. All right, my bad. I really want to interview the dad so bad. How did you feel in the beginning of the situation? How long did it take for you to accept the fact that, hey, it was a boy at one point? But God got it wrong. You kind of fucked up there. So I would really love to know. Okay, I gotta go. Love you guys. I know that was kind of cruel, but hey, bear with me.